It is your favourite Twitch event of the month. It is the MOD Fighting Fantasy stream. Woo! Very exciting times. Yeah, we're going to be doing the Talisman of Death today. I will be the narrator for the purposes of this instalment, and Andy will be playing the part of the character. But before we get into that, let's have a quick look, everybody, at how we're doing so far. Ooh. Yeah, so where are we up to now then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 we've done into the publication history of Fighting Fantasy. And of those 10, we have bested 2 of the books. but 8 of the books have bested us.
The last one was particularly hard. House of Hell. Like me.
Yeah, that was horrible, that one. I was about to say, I don't think we can even describe that as the book besting us. That was like a proper, get over this table, son. Time for another win, Andy.
Rob's just subscribed with Prime.
Thank you very much, Rob. Oh, my thing didn't pop up. Oh, that's because I'm on the progress screen. Shit, I need to... So, our schedule is all to pot. I don't know if you guys have noticed that we've not been online when we said we would, and then been online other times when we shouldn't. And one of the things that's gone wrong recently, my OBS just completely went upside down, left to right, pear-shaped. Oh, you look like you were about to say something then, so I paused.
No, sorry.
No. Yeah, it went pear-shaped. So I had to do rebuilding, like literally rebuilding some shit from the ground up. But what then happens, it made me realise that like when I'm on a screen like that, I've not put the overlay on this screen so that when someone subs, it gives them the appropriate shout-out. So I'm going to press this one. The message in the speech bubble will be wrong, but Rob, you'll still get your little emote explosion. There it is. Thank you for the sub.
Yeah. I don't. There's Monsieur Mallet.
Monsieur Mallet, that's right. Yeah. He's a intelligent ape, didn't you know?
Monsieur Mallet and the brain. I've heard that's what.
And the brain. Yes, that's true.
The brain was the scientist that created him.
Indeed. Can often be found fighting the Teen Titans or
other people. Fantastic Four.
Yeah, sure. Why not? So let's get into it, shall we? The Talisman of Death, a thrilling fantasy adventure in which you are the hero. Part story, part game. This is a book in which you become the hero. 2 dice, a pencil, and an eraser. I was looking at quotes off these books for reasons the other day. Yeah, there's. Oh, my dice cam's turned off. Let's turn you back on, dice cam. There we go. 2 dice. And the phrase 2 dice, a pencil, and an eraser made me chuckle because my head went to, 2 girls, 1 cup.
As it would, I suppose.
Yeah. And then, because of what I was doing with these quotes, I was trying to make titles, video titles. I was thinking about how can I make 2 dice and a pencil, 2 dice and a pencil. Would people get the innuendo there? I don't know. Anyway. So let's get started, shall we? Let's get into it. I had a quick flick through the first couple of pages just to get the lay of the land. But there does not appear to be any deviation from the standard operating procedure. Yeah. So it's 3 stats, as always. Your skill, your stamina, and luck, my friend.
Skill. Luck. Skill is
a single D6 plus 6.
Give it a roll. 4.
Oh, not bad. 10's good, yeah. Then your stamina is 2 dice plus 12.
7. 18. 7 plus 12. 19. It is exactly right.
Uh-oh. This bodes well. And then a single dice for your luck, +6.
3. That's 9.
Oh, Happy's here.
Hey!
Oh,
Oh, boom!
oh.
That's what happens.
Yeah, because I was on the right screen that time. Thank you, Javi. Have you had your pie meds, Andy? Oh, Gordon Bennett. Yeah, I was talking to the other night. He was all over the place. Oh, he has. You have? Nice.
Yeah.
This is gonna go. The capacity to make decisions. We may need a lot of chat help this evening. Same rules apply with initial score. Never changes, but you might find yourself fluctuating up and down based on shenanigans and shit. Skill score is swordsmanship and fighting expertise. Stamina is your constitution, and luck is how naturally lucky you are. Same as always. Luck and magic are facts of life in the fantasy kingdom you are about to explore. The battle stuff is the same. Roll a dice for the creature, add its skill score. Roll both dice for yourself. Oh, two dice, and then add the skill. The highest wins and all that. Sometimes you'll get a chance to escape. If you do escape, you'll take a hit for 2. Fighting more than one creature, follow the instructions as and when it happens. At various times, you can test your luck. Roll 2 dice, and if it's equal to or less. So, standard operating procedure. No changes there at all. Restores 4 stamina points on meals. That's still the same. And the potions and shit.
Start with meals. Does it tell us that?
It's talking about the potions to begin with, my friend.
Potion.
So, here you go. Sword, leather armor. And you can take one of the following: a potion of skill, a potion of strength, or a potion of fortune.
Potion of skill.
Potion of skill. He's a fighter, is this lad?
The skill is one that it takes off you quite quickly, but isn't very generous at giving it back.
Yeah, although this says potion of skill restores your skill points. So
yeah,
has that always been the case? That it takes you right back up to your beginning total?
Yes. But you'll have you trip up, lose 2 skill points, and then you've got no other way of ever getting it back.
Yeah, so
and your skill's obviously a massive factor when you're fighting. So that's the tip of the day. Andy England here to stay.
The previous owner of this book had a skill of
filled
11,
it in, did he?
a stamina of 23, a luck of 11, and then
He's cheating.
His or her equipment list, they had a sword, leather armor, a backpack, and the Talisman of Death.
Oh,
so
good work.
Yeah, 21 gold and the potion of skill, and then there's something rubbed out at the bottom here that I can't make out. Yeah, good work. That's it though. Didn't acquire anything else. Took no damage by the looks of it. Oh dear, right. You ready to get into the intro?
Let's do it.
Oh, it didn't say anything about provisions, did it? Wait a minute. Each bottle of potion. Oh, yeah, sorry, I missed it. Your backpack contains enough provisions for 10 meals. You may rest and eat at any time except when engaged in battle.
Oh, they changed that up finally.
Yeah, there it is. That's the sentence we've been waiting for all this time.
You can only eat when it told you, but we're not going to tell you for 11 books.
Right, here we go then. Into the intro. You are regaining consciousness. Your eyes flutter open to the sound of a songbird trilling joyously. You are lying on a couch of green velvet set on the topmost turret of a great white castle hanging in the clouds.
Ooh.
Rising to your feet, you look around. The songbird, whose sleek feathers are a warm burnished gold, is perched on the battlements, resplendent against the ocean blue canopy of a sky in which there is no sun. You are clad in strange, outlandish clothes, breeches of dark green leather and thickly quilled leather jerkin. What's that?
He quilled a leather jerkin.
That's nothing but the finest. Oh, you've not named yourself. Nothing but the finest for Michelangelo. On your feet are russet red calfskin boots, supple and comfortable, into which the breeches are tucked at mid-calf. A heavy sword is belted at your side, and with a shock, you realise that somehow you know how to use it skillfully and with deadly force. As the songbird trills, you try, in vain, to recall memories of Earth, but everything is hazy and distant. You have been taken from the world you know and trained in the art of swordplay. You cannot remember even who trained you or why, but the hilt of the sword fits your hands snugly. Drawing it, you lunge and parry, marvelling at how the sword cuts through the air faster than the eye can follow. The songbird seems unperturbed by your fine display of swordsmanship, but you are surprised when it cocks its head and speaks to you, its voice fluting merrily. Welcome, champion of fate.
Hey, that's not fluting merrily. So,
Do not be dismayed. You are not yet in danger. Oh, that's ominous.
Yet.
Where am I, you ask, feeling as if you are in a dream. Far, far from your home, I fear to say. This is the world of Orb, and you are in the Garden of the Gods. What is Orb, you demand? You will find it most strange and full of wonder, for it is very different from Earth. Men must share it not just with talking creatures such as I, but with weird and fell monsters, giants, dragons, and demons. There are warlocks and sorcerers too, great wielders of magic in the cities. But do not fear, you have been chosen to be our champion, for you are more likely to succeed than any other on Earth. Now I must complete my task. Come, my masters bid you join them in the chamber below. Please follow me. With that, the golden songbird flutters away down a spiral staircase. Shaking your head in confusion, you descend the stone steps into a large circular room where two beings turn toward you. Welcome, says one, a pale female figure enfolded in a swirling robe of many colours, above which you can only see a perfectly smooth and hairless head. The robe shimmers. It's the ancient one. The robe shimmers, its colours shifting as she steps towards you, catching your mind before you realise what is happening. Looking into her face, you see an image of yourself fighting for your life inside a huge temple. Then the image shifts and you see yourself leaving a walled city, hastening along a desolate moor, only to find yourself deep in a jungle surrounded by devils with blue skin.
Sounds horrific. Avatar.
Yeah. Maybe you'll find love. Your nape bristles as you realise that she is revealing glimpses of your destiny. It is only when they are over that you notice she has no eyes in her smooth, pale face. The other figure changes even as you look at him. At one moment, he is an ancient white-haired man, heavy with knowledge. At another, an infant wise beyond his years. The metamorphosis through youth to age takes but a few instants. Oh, we're dropping a few frames today. Yet flows so smoothly you cannot see the features change. His voice is soft and ageless. We have summoned you here to the world of Orb because we wish to prevent a fatal upset in the balance of nature. The cosmic scales have been tipped too far, and you must play a part in righting them. It is not for us in the Garden of the Gods to set things right. We cannot fight him who will bring the chaos to the Orb. Rather, we use men as our tools. I shall not say whether you will succeed. The floor of the room upon which you are standing is the most realistic and detailed map imaginable. Hello, Ozzy. You can even see small figures tilling the fields and walking the streets of an entire world. A world of pinnacled castles, knights on horseback, then men-at-arms bearing banners which stream in the wind, and strange high-walled cities with towers and spires, concealing the dives of assassins and thieves among the splendour. The eyeless immortal steps forward, her robe now the colour of the deep sea, and caresses your cheek. Google Maps. We are sending you down to the surface of Orb. If you fall into the clutches of death, we cannot aid you. Do not fail us. Fail in what? You begin to ask. But just then, to your horror, you find yourself being drawn inexorably towards a black crack in the map. The realization... Andy's often drawn towards black cracks. The realization that your destiny is being tampered with angers you, and you resolve to find a way back to Earth and your home at any cost. As the world of Orb rises up to engulf you, the awesomeness of what is happening overwhelms you, and you lose consciousness. Now, turn over.
Oh, this is a very weird one.
Yeah, this is it's a bit labyrinth. Getting drawn into a. When awareness returns, you look around. You are standing in a huge vaulted chamber deep underground. In the chill air, you wonder what terrible fate may be in store for you. You are utterly alone, without a friend in the world, and you have no idea what fiendish horrors may exist here. So far from home. There are no windows in the chamber, nor natural light, only the ruddy glow of flaming torches that are fixed to pillars soaring beyond sight. The walls are running with damp, the air musty and heavy with age. There are 2 archways at the back of the cavern. Before you can investigate further, the torchlight flickers, and a cool gust chills you to the marrow. Something in the unseen darkness is causing the air to move. A light flashes briefly ahead, and an infernal howling echoes across the vast vault. No living thing could possibly have made that dreadful sound, you think to yourself, but then you remember that you know nothing of the dreadful denizens of Orb. You hear the sound of running footsteps approaching rapidly. You cannot yet see who or what is coming. Will you run to the nearest archway, page 17, or hold your ground and draw your sword?
I'm going to hold my ground and draw my thought.
Can you be a little less decisive so I can, fit in a sip of my beer?
I'm going to hold my ground and hold my thought.
Okay, turn to 30. The footsteps are coming closer. Suddenly, a sound like a clap of thunder reverberates around the chamber. You look round and see that both the archways have been sealed by huge stone blocks. You are trapped. Turn to 13.
Oh,
shit.
I'm going to die.
This is going to be the shortest one ever. After months of being trapped, you die of starvation. Oh, here we go. A woman wearing chainmail and carrying a loaded crossbow bursts into the torchlight ahead of you. Seeing you, she immediately points the bow in your direction. 3 men, panting heavily, appear behind her. The first, a tall and handsome man, is dressed in shining silver armour, and the blade of his 2-handed sword glows with a faint white radiance. The next is dressed in a flowing robe of cloth and wears a smiling golden mask. He carries an ivory staff. The last is a thick-set man with a white surcoat over chainmail. A red cross adorns his breast, and a spiked mace hangs from his side. They stop. Once again, you hear a wailing, louder than before. "They are almost upon us," cries the man with the glittering sword. The shield maiden calls to you. "Who are you, and what are you doing in the rift, the spawning place of all evil?" And then just before I give you your options, there is a illustration of this little band of adventurers that we've happened across.
There's Bobby the Barbarian.
Yep.
There's the thief.
So, say you've come from another world. Say you are on a quest against evil. Play for time, or attack the shield maiden.
I'll just go, all right.
Right. No, you have to either say from another world, say you're on a quest, play for time, or attack her.
I'm going to say that I'm on a crusade against evil. That one, whatever that is.
Yep, okay. Turn to 60.
That might put him on my side.
Alone? Asked the shield maiden in disbelief. The man in gold turns to the priest. Is it true? He asks. Knowing your story to be a lie, you wait anxiously while the priest casts a spell.
Why was it a lie? I thought I was going down there to kill baddies and stuff.
No, you want to find your way back to Earth.
Oh.
The two weird robed people brought you here to fight the baddies, but you were like, nah, mate, I want to go home. It is a lie, says the priest.
Oh,
the shield maiden turns to you accusingly. Why are you lying to us? I ask you again, who are you and what are you doing here? Will you tell them the truth or ask what business is it of theirs?
The truth.
Tell them the truth.
Don't tell no lies.
That's 70, the truth.
According to my 1-to-1 I had this week, my integrity is 5 out of 5.
Your integrity is 5 out of 5. Why are they... What? What kind of 1-to-1 was he having?
Integrated ones.
And who scores your integrity? Your line manager?
I did.
Oh, well, of course, then it was 5 out of 5.
What do you think? Think I'm going to say that I'm not trustworthy?
It's like, who's that stand-up comedian who does the whole bit about the visa forms and answering the question, have you now, or are you now, or have you ever been involved, a member of a terrorist organisation? Like someone's going to get on a tick their visa form. Well, yes, actually. Her eyebrows rise in surprise. All four of them look at you doubtfully. The priest pauses, then says, it is the truth and spoken from his true heart. The shield maiden lowers the bow and turns to guard the entrance of the cavern. What are we to do? The exits are blocked and I only have enough power to teleport one of us out now, says the man in gold. The man with the glittering sword, Paladin, says gravely, then we will die together, wizard, and they will pay dearly. But what of the talisman? Asks the priest. Perhaps the warrior has been sent by the gods to continue the quest. Sensing the goodness in these people, you wait to hear how you can aid them. Turn to 100. I didn't even give you a choice, that one.
They're going to give me the Talisman of Death. Them 12 brought me out.
Yeah. So this is as far as the previous owner got then.
Yeah.
The priest steps towards you and tells you this story. Long ago, the minions of the god Death in the city of the ruins of Doom fashioned a talisman that would allow them, if the time was right, to summon their god to the surface world. This time has now come. If death is summoned, all life will cease. Is that not just like the definition of... Anyway. Only Death's minions will continue to exist in an awful half-life. His presence will spread like a grey shadow across the world of Orb. Everything will turn to dust and the balance of nature will be disrupted forever. The Lawmasters of Serakub, a group of holy people, have striven to prevent this. They sent a group of crusaders, of which we 4 alone survive, on a quest to steal the talisman. The fleshless king of the minions of death had sent the talisman to the depths of the rift for safekeeping. We have entered this pit of evil and seized it. He pulls a necklace out from under his surcoat. On it hangs a disc of obsidian, in the middle of which is a skull carved in ruby. The Talisman of Death! Exclamation mark. He hands it to you. Here, for the sake of all Orb, you must take this talisman and continue the quest. It cannot be destroyed, but if you can take it to your world, it will be beyond the reach of the claw of the fleshless king. You are impressed by the courage and unselfish fortitude of these people and resolve to continue the quest. You take the talisman. It feels cold and heavy around your neck. The wizard turns to you and says, I am going to use the power of magic to transport you to the surface. Head west until you come to a city of learning, Grey Guilds on the Moor, where you may discover a way to return to your world. Do not fail us. Here, take this gold. It may be of use.
Oh,
He gives
cheers,
you a
dude.
purse with 10 gold pieces in it. As the wizard prepares his spell, a horde of creatures spill into the cavern. Turn to 125. Wow.
So far, so good. I just had to tell the truth.
Yeah. Not bad. Dark elves and cave trolls are pouring into the cavern, attacking the shield maiden. As the paladin and priest rush to her aid, you see a huge shadowy form looming behind the sea of elves and trolls. The paladin's glittering sword cuts through the horde, but the dark elves are using magic, and the shield maiden is unable to turn back their attack. She falls beneath their onslaught. The huge fiend howls triumphantly just as the wizard completes his spell. Turn to 185. Bloody hell.
Oh, bit of a tragic.
Yeah. So you just done one, and they're gonna get, mashed up by a load of trolls and dark elves. Suddenly, you are in blinding sunshine. You are standing at the lip of an immense chasm. You realise that this must be the rift the Crusaders spoke of. The rocky earth is blackened and cracked, full of pits and fissures and noisome, I've never seen that word before. Fumes rise from the depths of the chasm. Noisome. To the west, you see a range of green hills partially covered in trees and a range of thick woodland. A few hundred meters to your right, you can see where a forest begins, extending all the way to the hills. You realise that you must head in that direction to reach the Grey Guilds. But which route will you take? Do you go through the forest, or do you take the direct route across the open ground?
Direct route across the open ground. Thank you very much.
All right, 1, 3, 4.
Although, admittedly, like you probably have to go the long way around to collect the rock of ancient winning.
The rock of, Talisman of Shizzle. You set off across the rocky broken grounds towards the hills. After a short while, you notice 2 armed bands running towards you. The group to the
Armbands?
south. Yeah, armbands. Yeah. Inflated.
Bangles.
Inflated.
There's a couple of kids swimming trunks with armbands running towards me.
I'm sorry to report that
Mister.
I'm sorry to report that the group to the south are 20 or more orcs, snarling as they lope purposely towards you. They are hunched and misshapen, dressed in greasy, blackened leather and carrying a saw-toothed scimitar. Their shields are emblazoned with a purple claw. The claw. To the north, you can make out a small group of dark elves, similar to those who just killed the shield maiden. They are tall and lithe, wearing ornate spiked armour and carrying long swords of a dull black metal. They are some way off, but closing fast. Will you head for the orcs? Head for the elves? Run to the hills? Or hide?
Oh, I've got a hide option.
Yeah. You can go towards the orcs, go towards the elves, run for the hills, or hide.
There's only one thing I can do in this situation as a heroic ninja type warrior that's got all these special abilities. I'm going to hide, please, Chris.
Absolutely. It's the first
We're going to
skill
get
they
each
teach
other.
you. Right then. You dart down a gully and conceal yourself as best you can in a crack in a rock that reeks of sulphur, hoping that the stream of pebbles you dislodged will not give you away. Soon you can hear the ominous sounds of snuffling as the orcs try to sniff you out. Bushwookie. Suddenly, one of them cries out, "You have been discovered!"
Oh, fuck
You
off.
struggle out of your hiding place and draw your sword, but you are bowled over in the rush. One of them grabs your pouch of gold. The coins fly out into the air. Immediately, they begin to squabble over the spoils. They do not notice that the group of elves have appeared at the top of the gully and are looking down. Without a word, the 5 elves descend upon the orcs and, thanks to their magic, soon prevail. Seizing your opportunity, you grab your empty pouch and flee over the hills into the valley beyond. Turn to 203. I think you've just lost your gold, dude.
Mate, I lost my gold, but I have successfully got away with not getting killed by orcs or elves.
Yeah, you got third-partied.
Yeah, I'll take that all day. The gold won't mine anyway. There's them dead fellas.
You know what, though? Because of the moon logic of these books, there's going to be an instance later on when you get to the town, someone will be like, I can sell you that for 10 gold. And you'll be like, no! When you reach the floor of the valley, you find a pool into which a spring is bubbling. Feeling thirsty after having come so far, you step forward to the pool to drink where the branches of a gnarled old willow meets the water. Almost immediately, you begin to feel strangely sleepy and realize that you are swaying and about to topple into the pool. Test your luck.
Good luck. 9. Two dice, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 dice.
5. I'm fine.
5. So you're lucky. Okay, 10 to 36.
Arse bush.
You struggle to overcome the drowsiness and the spell is broken. Looking up, you can see 2 large green eyes staring at you from the trunk of the willow. Before you can step back, you are attacked by the branch of the enraged tree. You must fight the willow weird. Skill 8, stamina 20.
Stamina 20?
Yeah.
Flippin' heck. I suppose he's a tree, but it is the first baddie.
For your first encounter. All right, then. Let's get into it. Where's my dice buttons? Here we go. Right. Round 1. I gotta roll.
Oh, this skill's 10. It's going to be nice. 18.
12. Well done.
Have that.
Quick note of that. Round 2. Hey, Andy Chun.
Hey. 15.
12 again for me. Well done. Andy is fighting a willow weird right now. All right, let's go for the blue dice this time.
17.
11. 19. Sorry, dude.
Womp,
womp, womp. As you do. Yeah, absolutely. Here we go again. I've forgotten what round we're on here now. 4, is it?
13.
Oh, that's 12. Oof.
Oh, I like you there.
Let me jot this down. 14. We're going for the blue ones. 18.
21.
Wow. We need to get you sorted with a dice camera. Or some buttons of your own that you can trigger it from the other side.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Let's keep at it.
15.
10, 18.
This thing is strong and tough.
Yeah. The willow weird has fortitude.
13.
9 plus 8, 17. What did you have?
13.
13. Womp womp. Oh shit, 20.
That's what. I'd say that's what
I'm rolling like a boss today.
No. Usually those online ones are really shit as well.
Yeah, they're not very good.
That's
yeah,
what I like it.
I'll do
20.
a manual roll.
20.
5, 6, 14. There we go.
Right, halfway there.
Let's let chat have a crack. Chat, exclamation D12. Take the next roll
21.
for the willow weird.
21, you're going to have to do a good roll.
21? 2 21s? Oh, that's not enough. That's not enough. The Willow Weird is down to 10 health now.
Down at 8 health.
8?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm not.
I did. Damn it! I did. I just done him down to 10 on my last one at 21. Now I've just done him down at 8 on that one.
Oh, Steward's Inquest. We'll revisit the footage later. Chat! Exclamation D12 once again.
19.
You are the jammiest roller, you are. There's a time delay, didn't you know?
Not really. I rolled a 9. 6 and 3.
There we go. Thank you, Rob. 5, 9. I just really can't do 9 plus 8. What's that? 17. What were you?
6. 19, me.
All right. Well, I'm dropping a few frames here. Is the connection all right, guys? Are you seeing everything okay?
18.
Well, 13. Here you go. Now the virtual rollers are coming up.
20.
Yeah, that's not 20. Right, last roll. So I'll roll for the Willow Weird.
19.
19. Exclamation D12, please, chat.
Listen to Ozzy if you're still listening or watching. He's upstairs.
13. Oh, your lad's on with us, is he?
Yeah, he said hi a minute ago.
Oh, that's your Ozzy, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
If he's probably got bored by now.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be showing in chat.
That is
right. There you go. The Willow Weird has been defeated. Turn to 26.
I'm going to take my meals to get back up to 19. Okay.
With a mighty blow, your sword cuts through the willow's branches, and some sap from the tree falls on your arm. The willow gives a low moan, stops attacking, and pulls its branches back from you. Oh, will you plunge your arm in the pool or beat a hasty retreat? That's interesting.
That is interesting. Let's plunge my arm in the pool.
Why not?
That would make perfect sense. I've got some sap on my arm. I've just fought a big tree. Let's have a little bath.
Keep the sap for later. You never know. Before you plunge your arm into the water, I thought of it more like a xenomorph, like acid.
Oh, okay.
Before you plunge your arm into the water, you notice that the sap from the tree is healing a small graze on your wrist.
Oh,
you
realize that shit.
It has healing powers and decide to collect some more sap from the branches you've cut from the tree. You may use the sap of the willow to restore 4 stamina points once.
Nice.
When you think it will help you the most. Moving quickly away from the spring, you decide to follow the small river that runs through the valley, heading west. Turn to 39. Why wouldn't you stay and harvest as much sap as you could? You know what I mean? You've just defeated the thing.
Yeah.
You just chop every branch off,
rub it all in my body.
Yeah, proper prune it. And these books are balmy sometimes.
And you want to buy some healing sap?
Yeah. Start a little small business. All the while wearing the Talisman of Death round your neck. You wend your way along the bank of the river that runs west from the spring and leave the ferns behind. The terrain has become a little more open now. Looking back, your heart quickens as you catch sight of one of the dark elves sniffing your trail. He moves with a live swiftness which would seem graceful if it wasn't for his spiked black armor and deadly expression. While you are watching, he stands up and points in your direction. They are not far behind. You must decide quickly. Will you run along the riverbank, plunge into the river and run along for some distance before coming back onto the bank, or hide in a clump of bushes?
Wow, he's smelling me, right?
Yeah.
It said that he was sniffing me out, which is a bit weird for an elf. Didn't think they'd
Yeah,
they
there's
weren't
actually a
dogs.
picture. There's a picture of him with his nose in the air. Look.
Oh, he's got a weird face, which indicates to me that you're going on smell. The hiding ain't going to help, but
Nope.
running in the water might help.
Yep. Sure. 253 it is then.
Let's run on the water, in the water.
253. The river winds beneath the hills, between the hills. You wade along it, knowing that the dark elves will lose your scent in the water.
I know it. I know it.
You knew it. After a while, you climb out on the other side of the river and continue your way. Turn to 331.
Screw you, you dark elves.
Nice work. Good dark elf avoidance skills, if ever I've seen them. 331. Here we go. The river flows out of the hills into a wide plain where it turns north. You strike out west across the wild grasslands. Just when you think you have finally lost your pursuers, you notice a group of figures closing fast.
Oh, shit the bed.
Cursing under your breath, you realise that they are onto you again. Doggedly, you force yourself on, but strain takes its toll. Lose 2 stamina points.
What?
For running, like, really hard. For Tom Cruising it for too long. Just as you are steeling yourself to turn and face your felt adversaries, you see a cloud of dust ahead. You can make out it's a group of 20 horsemen.
Ooh.
They wheel their steeds towards you, and the drumming of hooves carries to you over the breeze as they canter in your direction. Seeing this, the elves give up the chase and fall back, obviously unwilling to encounter the riders. You are thankful to see the back of them and decide to wait for the riders to approach. As they get nearer, you can see that this is a band of warrior women, clad in chainmail and studded leather armour.
Hello, darlings.
Look grim and unwelcoming as they wheel around you, forming a close circle. Their captain spurs her horse forward and tersely demands what you are doing out here along the edge of the moor. Will you ask them to aid you in your quest? Say you are from another world. Say you are the sole survivor of an ambushed caravan. Pretend that you are deaf and dumb. Oh my god. Or demand that they escort you to the Grey Guilds on the moor. Give me a sec. That's so wrong on so many levels. Okay, turn to 35.
I do not speak. Sorry, love. I'm deaf and I'm dumb. I can't talk and I don't have a clue what you said.
You make some unintelligible signs and grunts, pointing to your mouth and ears. For a moment, some of them think you are casting a spell and draw their swords. But soon you hear one of them saying, "A deaf warrior." Well, there's a turn up for the scrolls. The captain motions you to mount behind one of the younger women, Elvira, who does not seem pleased at having to share her horse with you.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hang on.
Boom, 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 boom.
My dice camera's just turned itself off. There we go.
Hey, that's a nice one.
Oh, you've frozen again. Give it a second. You're there.
Yeah, I'm back.
You ride for some time, and after a while, the women resume their normal conversation. You realise they are members of the Watch, or law enforcers from Grey Guilds on the moor. You also realise that there is a rivalry between them and the priestesses of the All-Mothers in the city. It appears that the leniency of the priestesses has annoyed them. Turn to 197. Something weird going on here. My dice camera is flickering on and off.
It does. Keeps coming on and off, doesn't it?
And it keeps flickering on and off in time with you going fuzzy.
Oh dear.
Turn to 197. Might be the heat, man. The fans are going mental and I am sweating balls. Suddenly, from behind you, the captain shouts, "Look out! Ambush! Everybody duck! You hear the sound of an arrow whistling through the air as Elvira ducks in front of you. Will you duck, or will you wait to see what happens?
I'm supposed to be deaf,
Yes, you are.
so I didn't hear her. So I'm going to wait and see what happens.
All right, 224. But just before I do, I'm going to switch off the manual dice cam because I think that is what's causing the problem.
Right.
It's virtual rolls only from here on in. And then turn that off there like that. Yeah. No manual rolls for me today, folks. I'll just have to virtual roll it. I'm sure that won't be an issue. See if that just improves the connection. Right then, 224. Realizing
Exactly.
that the whole thing was a trick designed to test you, you make no move, and the arrow, fired by one of the women, thuds harmlessly into a tree. They now believe that you are truly deaf and dumb.
I am an absolute git.
You ride on into the late afternoon, moving from the wilderness to a grey and desolate moor. Ahead, you can see the walls of a large city. A salute is given as you approach the huge arch gate in the fortified wall. The captain gestures to you to dismount and waves you into the Grey Guilds itself. Thankful for your escort, you wave farewell and set out to discover if there is any way of returning to Earth. Turn to 296.
Oh, got away with that.
Fantastic subterfuge there. Well done. What did I say? 296. You walk into the city along a street called Moorgate. Many of the buildings are quite grand, built of light grey stone. The streets are crowded with a mixture of people shopping and young men and women carrying books and scrolls. Will you walk down a continuation of Moorgate called Store Street or turn left into Smith Street?
Smith Street or what? Schmore Street.
Or Store. Store.
Store. Shops or
Smithies.
things. Smithies. Let's go to the shops.
Let's go to the mall today. 357. You are now in Store Street. It is crowded with shoppers, but your attention is drawn to a woman in green robes who is looking at you speculatively.
Hello, ladies.
Her straight hair is cut fairly short and she is wearing no ornaments. She crosses the street and asks, but when I read no ornaments, I just had like images of like a lampshade on her head or something. She crosses the street and asks politely in a quiet but clear voice, I believe you are a stranger in this city. Who are you and where have you come from? Will you tell her that you are on a holy quest and have crossed the wilderness, or say that you're just passing through and start to walk briskly by?
I'd show her my deathly Talisman of Death and go, check me out.
All right then, 198.
No, I want to say that I'm.
Well, I don't know. I mean, when faced with a band of 20 well-armed, seasoned, like Amazon-style warriors, you decided to pretend to be deaf and dumb. But when a random stranger on the street approaches, you're like, hey, love, check out my Talisman of Death. I'm on a quest.
How would you like it? Know any good motels? No, I'm just going to say, look, I'm just passing through, love. Mind your own business. Appreciate your curiosity, but it's not founded here. Don't want to talk to you. Goodbye.
See you later. Got some shopping to do. Oh, you got no gold, though. I've got some window shopping to do. 130.
Didn't know where the nearest WH Smiths is. Thank you very much.
Hi, Jocelyn. You all right? As you walk along Store Street once more, you notice that the stores are closing. A throng of people hurrying home parts to make way for a large black carriage drawn by two black mares. They carry plumed headdresses. made of long black feathers. The cloaked coachman stares grimly ahead. You step into the gutter to let the coach pass, and as you do so, the coachman reins in. Inside, you see an empty black coffin, but the name inscribed in silver letters on the lid is your own.
Hello.
The door of the funeral carriage opens, and a handsome man with a silver cane steps down. I know, he seems a bit sus, this guy. Oh, well, let us know what you're making. He is dressed in the finest silver satin and sable furs. A
Spanish
storekeeper
chicken.
greets him. He smiles and nods, then turns to you. I am the envoy of death. I have come for the talisman, he says in a voice of doom. As you prepare to resist, a startling transformation takes place, which seems to be ignored by all around. His magnificent furs turn to rags. Where once blue eyes looked out from a finely featured face, now hollowed sockets gaze at you from a blackened and cracked skull. His skeletal hand now grips a tarnished rapier. You realise that nobody else can see this transformation. Give it to me, he says. Will you give him the talisman? Attack him immediately, or deny that you have it. Spinach and goat cheese omelette.
I think I'm preferring that lady in green. I mean,
Yeah, I'm about to say you made the wrong choice. There's a picture of this dude,
Yeah,
by the
dunno.
way, if you want to. There he is.
oh, look at him.
Yeah. Spanish chicken. Or
Spanish chicken.
Polo
Spagnola.
Alvarez. So just give him the talisman, innit? Jocelyn says, attack!
And I give him a pretend talisman that I've made out of macaroni.
That, I'm afraid, is not an option.
Is not an option. I'm quite surprised. I'm just gonna, let's go punch him.
We're kicking off 2-7-1. Here we go.
What's your problem, mate?
Right, here we go. You catch it by surprise and strike it a mighty blow. It hisses in rage and pain and lunges at you with its rapier. You must fight the envoy of death. Each time you strike, it strikes you, lose 1 skill point as well as the stamina loss.
Jesus Christ.
However, he's not that strong. He's got 8 skill, but only 4 stamina.
Oh, okay. I'll have him.
So here we go. Round 1. What's that? 6 plus 8, 14 on this side.
6 plus 10 is 16.
All right. He's down to 2. Chat! Exclamation D6. Someone take a roll on behalf of the envoy of death, please.
Boom.
I keep forgetting to
6, 7,
set
8,
my little
20,
dude off
20.
that says we're fighting.
Oh, there he is. Shoryuken.
I was looking at some fantasy figures, thinking about something to put in the background. That's because at the moment I've got DC Comics for some Kryptonite Crisis stuff I was doing. I've got GI Joes for some GI Joe stuff I was doing.
Oops.
And then I've just got my Marvel statues out because they're cool. What is this one? D12. This one.
You need to beat an 18. You need like what? 10, 11 or 11 or 12.
11 or 12, yeah. Exclamation dudes.
Ooh. Very old Francais here.
Frames. I don't know what's going on there. Here we go. Well, it's a 4.
Boom.
Which is a conclusive defeat of the Envoy of Death. If you win, turn to 2-5-4.
I will wipe his blood off of my shiny red boots.
Your last blow meets no resistance. The skeletal form collapses to the ground in a heap.
Jog on, Death.
All is silent except for a sudden keening of the wind.
Uh-oh.
You rest and begin to overcome the shock of your system. If you have lost any skill points, all except 1 are restored. Cautiously, you continue along Store Street and then down a tree-lined avenue called Booker's Walk.
Just walk. My
Two
map's gone to
very
shit.
grand buildings built of blocks of grey stone stand on either side of the road. A group of young people in blue togas, escorted by a white-haired old man in pale blue robes, enters the building opposite. I wonder if one of them has an acoustic guitar. A flag showing books and scrolls is flying from the nearest building. It appears to be a library. Will you see what information the library has to offer, or investigate the other building to find out what the young people are doing?
Young people? Is that so? There's one building, got picture books,
Yeah,
people in robes.
that's right.
Yeah. Go check out the roby people.
Roby people, 279. You slip inside the huge building and walk cautiously down empty corridors. You find a reading room and decide to look at some of the scrolls. You find one which tells you that the women who brought you to Grey Guilds worship Fel Kirinla. Another lists the different types of magic and the names given to those who practice them. Warlocks, shamans, witches, necromancers, elementalists, thaumaturgists, demonists, kabbalists, spellbinders, and many, many more. The necromancer's magic interests you, for these are the death magicians who perform human sacrifices and other unspeakable abominations in their pursuit of power. Yes, fascinating. Then you notice a red book bound in strange multicoloured scales. It seems to beckon you. Will you open the tome or leave before you are discovered?
Let's open this beckoning book of doom.
262. 262. I'm out of beer. I'm going to have to go to the fridge in a minute. Just forewarning.
Where
As you open the book... It's a Horcrux, yeah. As you open the book, the scales glitter and it seems to change colour. Its title is The Tome of Misfortune, and the letters on the page glow ominously. You shut the book, but it is too late. You can feel the malice of evil magic. You are the victim of an ancient curse. Lose 1 luck point.
Oh, I can deal with that.
You leave the guild in disgust. Turn to 186.
That could have been worse.
Right, I'm just jogging over to the kitchen to get beer. I've not brought them into here with me today because it's too hot. I want to keep them cold.
Whack an advert on. And I'll go for a wee.
Oh right, okay. Brief momentary break. Where's the?
Stay tuned, folks. We won't be long.
There you go. Mics are hot though.
Okay.
Oh, I did. Panic over, folks. I found the bottle opener. I found it. I'd already brought it in here. I was looking around the kitchen for a bottle opener that was not there to be found. There we are. So it is bloody boiling up here today. What's it like in your part of the world? Let me know in chat while we're waiting for Andy to return. Yeah, it's been a nightmare. I've had to reconfigure all these dice buttons because they went totally squiffy in the great OBS crisis. You're on camera, dude. I switched it back on when I got back. Cheers.
Oh, do?
All right, yeah. I take it it's hot down your end as well because it's bloody boiling up here today.
Yeah, it's mental.
Look at me hair. I had to put. It was that bad. I put sun cream on, and now I've got like sweaty sun cream hair.
But his sun cream hair. That's nice. I've got a big fan next to me.
Although my wife said you wouldn't be able to tell the difference anyway. I said you're right.
True that.
True that. It just looks kind of wet on the front. Can you see when it looks sort of wet? It's annoying. I took my lad to his basketball game earlier, and that was, in the sports hall. Jesus.
Yeah. Oof, that smelled nice.
Oh, yeah, it was fragrant, to say the least. It was like the basement of Fanboy 3 on your average Saturday afternoon.
A heady waft.
Anyway, 186.
186.
You leave the building and continue on down Booker's Walk. The streets are already deserted, and there are few lights on in this part of the city. You search for the welcoming light of an inn. Then, without warning, the steel teeth of a hidden man-trap snatch shut around your leg, ripping your flesh.
What the fuck?
You are in terrible pain. Lose 2 stamina points.
Ow.
Shadowy figures loom out of the murk all around you. Their faces glow with a sickly pallor in the moonlight. They are wearing black robes clasped at the neck by shrunken human skulls.
Yeah, they don't sound.
Do you still have the Talisman of Death?
Yes.
Turn to 162. We are the priesthood of death, says one of the figures. We have come for what is ours. So they basically know you've got the talisman, and you know what I mean? You didn't really sneak away from that pit.
Bow down to me, bitch. I'm the Talisman of Death hero. That's what I said.
Sure. Your arms are held and you are searched. They don't seem to care. The talisman is torn from you by their leader. I have it, brothers. I have it, he exclaimed in triumph. Now may our Lord enter his kingdom. They cheer loudly, oblivious to the approach of a large group of riders. Stand, make no move. A woman's voice rings out.
Oh no.
Hey, Daddy. It's the watch. It is the watch. Actually, that's the next sentence. It's the watch. One of the priests mumble an unholy incantation. You see a wave of fear break over the women and their steeds. Some cannot control their horses. Others flee, but the bravest charge the priests with loud cries of battle. The priests are unprepared. Some are knocked to the ground. Others make good their escape as silently as they came. The talisman falls to the ground, its bearer decapitated as he turns to flee. I like these warrior women. They know how to play. It is caught up by one of the watch, who announces her intention of taking it to the temple of Fel Kirinla. They wheel their horses and ride away, leaving you to rot. You have lost the talisman. Cursing bitterly, you resolve that if you escape, you will not rest until you've regained it. Turn to 128.
Not that bothered. Just like to go back to Earth, please.
Donnie's asking, do we feel like we're winning against this book? I certainly feel like it's been a more productive book than The House of Hell.
Yeah, House of Hell was hellish.
128. Is it 128? Yeah, 128.
There's no way of getting through that without losing the talisman.
No, because you just walked into the trap. Snap.
And then
You are left alone to wonder how the lawkeepers of this city could be so cruel as to leave an innocent person in such dire straits.
Ow. My leg hurts.
You tear feverishly at the trap, terrified of some footpad slitting your throat for his own vile amusement. Some footpad?
Footpad?
Soft footsteps approach.
Oh, shit.
You look over your shoulder and see a man approaching. Here, he says, let me rescue you from this trap. He steps on the release catch, which has been out of your reach, and the trap springs open. You step free, and he walks along by your side. Have you a place to stay tonight? Perhaps you would like to sleep in my humble abode. Looking sideways at you, you are curious that he should be walking the streets alone at night, but you are also exhausted. Will you accept his offer or decline his offer?
Well, being in this kind of situation many times before, there is only one choice. Let's go to his house.
1, 4, 3. Off we go.
Bom, 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 bom. Bom, 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 bom.
Got the love, got the love.
Bring
The
out the
man's
game.
house is a small stone bungalow. He leads you into his bedroom and offers you a
Oh, hello.
straw-filled mattress behind a curtain. Thankful for the chance to rest, you go to sleep without asking any questions.
I don't need no curtain, mate.
You sleep deeply and regain 4 stamina points.
Oh,
You wake to find that your host is sitting, watching you. I hope you... Oh, no. I hope you are well rested. You talked in your sleep. He smiles at you and says, do you need help? Has someone stolen something from you? How did you come to be trapped alone on the street late at night? If you want to tell him the whole story and ask for advice, turn to 98. If you would prefer to say that you cannot answer, turn to 92. And before you give your reply, that's what the dude looks like.
Oh, it looks like Geppetto.
Yeah, I mean, he's just got a chilled out robe.
I'll
and
be
nice
your
sandals.
son. I'm a real boy.
He's got a few books on the shelf. Seems to be scholarly.
I'm going to tell him the truth.
Tell him the truth. Okay, turn to 98.
I'll tell him the truth. I'm a deaf and dumb warrior. I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you, and I can't reply because I can't talk. Thank you. Humble, spotty, bag.
You tell him everything, and he listens with growing amazement. He introduces himself as Apothecus, a sage of history.
Ooh, hello, Apothecus.
I have heard of the Talisman of Death. You must recover it at all costs. He suggests that you enlist the help of the Thieves Guild, as he doesn't think you can recapture it alone. It will be in the temple to Fel Kirinla by now, I'll warrant. Horkana, the High Princess, will be holding it there. Go to the Red Dragon Inn on the Street of Seven Sins.
Red.
It is dangerous, but you may make contact with the thieves there.
Street of Seven Sins.
He gives you a breakfast of savoury pancakes and invites you to dinner that evening, saying that he will try to discover more to aid you. In the meantime, he says, take these. He hands you 5 pieces of gold and a ring. It is a ring which increases your skill at arms. Add 1 to your skill score while wearing this ring.
Ching.
As you leave, he gives you a jade rose.
What?
When you return this evening, show this and I will know that you are not a shape changer. You thank him for his help and leave the bungalow. Will you go to the Red Dragon Inn or will you head to the temple? Yeah, you can always trust the thieves.
I'll ignore him and just go at it.
Right.
No.
Straight to the temple then.
No, let's go. Let's do what he said. He seemed nice. He gave me savoury pancakes. He's obviously not just a scholar, but a bit of a chef.
Fair enough. 57 then.
It seems wrong to ignore the advice of such a well-mannered man.
You take a side street which leads towards the Street of Seven Sins and are almost pushed aside by a couple of students in blue togas. Oh, the blue toga crowd again. They are quarrelling and begin fighting in front of you. It seems that one of them disagrees violently with something the other has said. As they tussle, you notice that the angry young man has dropped a small brass tiger charm. Will you interrupt the quarrel and give the charm back? Ignore them and go on your way? Or pick up the charm?
Oof. Right. How this book works is I want to steal it, which means I'm going to try and pick it up. They're going to notice that I'm going to steal it, and then they're going to poke me in the eye or something. Let's give it back to them. Okay. Look, calm down. It is your necklace back, mate.
All right. 47. The angry young man turns to you, a puzzled expression on his face. He thanks you and says, I don't know why we were quarrelling, really. He takes the charm for you, and you walk on. Fortune will smile on you for being so honest, gain 1 luck point.
Oh, say it.
Yeah. Yeah, but you lost a luck point earlier, didn't you? So you're back to...
That's what it was before. But still,
Yeah.
they might give me some gold or something. Or a nice ring.
Soon
Officers
afterwards,
gave
you
me a
hear
ring.
True, yeah. And some gold. And some pancakes, so, you know. Soon afterwards, you hear the fight breaking out again. You're always making trouble, shouts the other young man. You leave them to it. Turn to 156. That was random.
That necklace makes you Aggie. The magic necklace of aggro.
Yeah, okay. So if you had taken it, you'd have been all like, you know.
Fighting them.
Yeah. You come out into the street of Seven Sins and soon find the Red Dragon Inn. Steps lead downwards and the sound of raucous laughter floats up from the smoke-filled gloom below. You enter and walk over to the only part of the dive where it is light enough to make anything out. Passing tables and stools, you come to the bar, behind which stands the bulky proprietor of the inn. Do you have the brass tiger charm?
Fuck's sake. Oh, if I did, I'd have started a fight with him.
Sure. You do
No,
not.
I don't.
So we're going to turn to 3. You ask the barman for a mug of ale. While he pours you your drink, your eyes adjust to the gloom and you survey his customers. You have never seen a more disreputable bunch of villainous-looking cutthroats. A wretched hive of scum and villainy, some might say. The barman says, that will be a piece of gold. You hand over the money. As you replace your money pouch, a dozen pairs of eyes watch closely.
Only got 4 left, boys. Don't get too excited.
The only one who doesn't watch is a stooped old man cleaning slops off an empty table. Will you talk to the barman, walk over to the old man, or approach 6 surly-looking men who look like thieves? Excuse me, gentlemen, you're in the business of thievery.
You look like thieves. Let's talk to the barman. If you want anything done, you speak to the barman.
Yeah, okay, 88.
Any good thieves?
The barman says, you are not like my usual customers. A rough lot come in here most days. These fellows don't rely on charity for a crust, you know. Will you try to make friends? Or ask him how to get their money?
Let's make a friend.
Friend!
You can join us. Go back to Apothecus for his dinner tonight. 3 of us.
Thieves'
Like a
girlfriend.
book club.
Like a book club. Well, he is a sage of history.
It's...
I manage mostly, he says, but it puts me in mind of one time not so long ago when things really got out of hand. He goes on to tell you a story about Heimdall the Mighty. It seems that Heimdall was one of the strongest and most unpleasant men ever to have swilled beer in the Red Dragon. One day, a stranger, Toyotchev, accepted his invitation to a bout of arm wrestling. Heimdall lost for the first time in his life. He was furious and threatened awful reprisals if Toyotchev ever returned. A few nights later, Toyotchev did return and began methodically to insult Heimdall and his 2 friends. In the inevitable fight which followed, Toyotchev killed them all and carved his initials on Heimdall's forehead. He worships the god of insane chaos, anarchic, and since then none have dared gainsay him here, even though they are all thieves and murderers. You decide the time has come to introduce yourself to the thieves and walk over to their table. Turn to 280.
Oh, okay.
Right, so you just got a story about some mad chaos cult dude And then you went and did what we thought best not to do anyway.
Thanks, barman, for your shit story. Get on with the mission now.
You introduce yourself to the motley group of villains. They do not reply. You persevere, saying that you only wish to speak to them for a few moments. One of them, whose face is marked by a jagged scar, running from ear to chin, fixes you with a stare and grates. We don't care for the law, so watch yourself. You could be dead before you knew we'd moved. Will you? Ask them the way to the Thieves' Guild. Say you need some help with some unfinished business, or boldly retort that their threats don't scare you.
Hello. Know the way to the Thieves' Guild.
All right then.
If you're not gonna thieve for me, I'll hire someone who does for 4 pints of beer. The equivalent of 4 pints. I want you to go into this highly defended and armed, like fortress of warrior women, steal back the Talisman of Death, which Death is looking for himself, which was robbed by these group of people and gave it to me. Yeah, could you do that for me, please? Thank you.
You might want to start by asking, how thirsty are you? Scarface says, what do you mean? Are you suggesting we are thieves? There is an edge in his voice and a tension among his comrades, 2 of whom have their hands upon their daggers. Will you hotly deny it? Say that you are, or ignore it and say you have valuable information for them.
Tell them that they look like thieves.
Okay. 2, 8, 1.
Do you look like thieves, do you? Yes.
Yes. Yes, you do. You've got a scar right down your face. You look dodgy as fuck. Scarface laughs. They remove their hands from their daggers and a young man appears from behind you and sits down. Of course we are thieves, he says. What is the Red Dragon if not a den of thieves? They invite you to join them for a drink, which you do. One of them tells you that the entrance to the Thieves' Guild is through an open storm drain which leads into the sewers near the Traders' Row.
Open storm drain by Traders' Row?
That's it. You ask if it is possible to go there right away, but they say no, and you agree to meet them there at midday tomorrow. You begin to chat. Turn to 169. They liked your gumption.
Thieves. But I ain't got any gold left, or the Jade Rose.
The 2 newcomers enter the Red Dragon ale cellar. The first is a very tall, wiry man whose frame is draped in a black cloak.
Oh, here we go. Death people again.
The only hint of colour is his hair, very curly and dyed bright corn yellow. The second is a handsome young woman dressed in a bizarre patchwork of armour. The barman mutters under his breath, then forces his face into a smile. Toyutchev, Cassandra, welcome. His story becomes relevant now.
Oh, the dude. Strong dude.
The thieves move away from you to sit at another table. Toyutchev strolls to the bar and orders a drink. Cassandra sits opposite you at your table. She ignores you and Toyutchev joins her. Will you say nothing? Get up and leave the ale cellar, or introduce yourself.
Hello.
Do you know the way to the Thieves' Guild?
Hello. My name is Andy. You might know me from the Ministry of Dice podcast. I've heard that you're very good at arm wrestling.
So we're introducing ourselves, are we?
We bloody are.
Yeah, sure.
This man is dressed up like
There's always
God knows what.
There's always time for good manners.
Always time for good manners and a nice chat with a flame yellow-haired man in a dark robe. His wife. Sound like those RPG lot. Do you know those 2 RPG people that everyone got arsey about because they were knobs? They run like a YouTube channel.
Oh, the about the tattoos. Was this the scandal about the tattoos?
Yeah. Sounds like that.
Not
Those
not
them
paying a
two.
tattoo artist or something,
Yeah,
and then treating some people like shit at a convention.
yeah. It's them two. They've come to play.
Fair enough. They tell you their names are Toyotchev and Cassandra. Toyotchev says, "You are a newcomer. What brings you to the Red Dragon?" The beautiful Cassandra takes a dagger from her boot and starts to toss it end over end, catching it each time by the tip. As you consider your answer, she tosses it again but does not catch it. It buries itself in the table, centimetres from your hand. Will you say that you wish to meet some thieves, say you came in for a drink, or tell him to mind his own business?
I'm not going to be mean to him. Don't think he's going to like the cut of my jib like those others. They come in for a drink, mate.
Come in for a drink. Which, it's an inn.
It's a pub. I've
It
had a drink.
tracks.
I'm not technically lying.
What was it? 386. Oh, too far. There we go. Alone? Inquires Toyotchev. Strangers don't come to the Red Dragon just for a drink. Don't you know we're all thieves? What are you up to? Will you tell him to mind his own business, or apologise and say you must have made a mistake and leave? He's on to you.
I think the story about him being a cock. I think I'll go, very nice to meet you. I am sorry. I've finished my baby sham. I'm on my way. Thank you very much.
All right then.
Don't think I'm going to get away with this, though.
No, I don't think so either. 289, here we go. You step out, squinting against the bright light of the late afternoon sun. Add 1 luck point for visiting the Red Dragon and living to tell the tale.
Thank you very much.
You are back in the Street of Seven Sins. If you have met a sage and he's invited you to dinner, turn to 229.
Yeah, is he a sage?
If you've not been in... Yeah, he
or
was
a
a
friend?
sage of history.
More of a friend than a sage?
If you have not been invited or do not wish to go, you can go down a side street called Cobbler's Walk or go to Merchant Street, northwest.
I think I'll go to dinner at Apothecus's house.
Okay, 229 it is then.
Didn't even get a reach around the night before.
Well, maybe
I get lucky this time.
You got to meet those dudes at midday though, haven't you?
Oh, the next day, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. On your way toward the sage's house, a small boy runs up to you and asks if you would like to help a very clever scholar and make some money doing it. It won't take long, he adds, tugging at your sleeve. Do you want to thank him but decline, or will you go with the boy?
Oh, this sounds like it could go wrong. Let's go and help him.
Go and help him. Okay, 216. I mean, it could be Apothecus that's in trouble.
Could be. It could be. I'm about to get.
The boy leads you to the Guilds of Learning. Oh, this is where you found that unlucky book.
Oh, amazing.
You hurry down a cloister which surrounds a square of tall grass speckled with scarlet poppies, and on towards a huge greenhouse made of tarred wood and glass. 2 scholars wearing the pale blue robes of the sages come out to greet you. One is spindly and bold, the other is chubby and peers at you through his...
Fucking Laurel and Hardy.
His pince nez. His pince nez. They're the little glasses, are they? Yeah. They are obviously pleased to see you and introduce themselves as Moreau and Polonius. The fat one, Polonius, asks you to come with them if you would like to earn 20 gold pieces for 20 minutes work. Will you go with them into the greenhouse or decline and go back to the sage's house?
Let's go. Well, we got this far.
Off to the greenhouse we go then.
You know, they don't seem particularly nasty. Let's see what happens.
We are scholars, says Moreau excitedly. Vivisection is our field of study. We use surgery and magic to create new forms of life.
Oh, shit.
The picture on the other page tells the story in its own right. They take you to a large sunken pit in the middle of the massive greenhouse. The pit is ringed at the top with downward pointing spikes. They lower a ladder and you all descend into it. In a barred cage at the edge of the pit is a most loathsome sight.
Oh, yeah.
The
Fucking
scholar's
Frankenstein.
creation is a massive beast with the body of a giant cockroach, 6 giant arms for legs, and 2 heads, one above the other. The top one is the head of a crocodile, and below is the warty face of an ogre.
Fuck have these boys been doing?
Isn't she beautiful, says Moreau. Polonius says, we need a valiant warrior to test her. We want her to be used as a war beast. Do not worry, though. The minute she looks like harming you, Polonius here will put her to sleep with a special spell. The ogre face, which looks distinctly male, roars and slavers. If you want to say thank you, no, I'm not fighting that. Leave immediately. Or if you'd rather say this should be interesting and prepare to fight, turn to 189, and there's the picture of the beast.
Dear Lord. Let's fight it.
Let's fight it. Let's do it. Turn to 189.
I don't trust them for a second though. There's no way they're making that fall asleep.
I feel like they want your parts to make another thing.
Yeah.
Excellent, enthuses Moreau. They climb the ladder and draw it up behind them. With a clang, the bars of the cage slide to the ground. The beast comes towards you, intent on making you its next meal. You must fight the vivisect. The sages produce wax tablets and begin taking notes. So we've got 8 skill and 12 stamina here.
I'm all right with that. I got a ring.
You may appeal for help at any time. If you do, turn to page 158.
Pretty sure he ain't going to help me, but fine. I'm going to kill their fucking shitty beast and then they're going to cry about it.
Here we go. First roll. Oh, that's dreadful. 11 for me.
15.
15. Boom. He's off out the gate with a sterling start.
Oh no, 16. I've got +1 now, haven't I? Oh, that's a shame. I quite enjoyed the easy maths of adding that to 10. Never mind.
14 over here.
19. 15.
Whoa, 20.
Bam, bam, wham.
Let's let chat do the next one. Exclamation D12, please, chat, for the next roll for the Vivisect Beast.
Got 20, by the way, chat.
9 plus 8. 17. What was that one?
15.
9 plus 8. 17.
Ooh.
Ooh. 16.
18.
Well done. Down to 4 on the beast. 18.
It would be 18 with my ring. It's 19.
Oh. Right. Possibly the last chance. Exclamation D12, please, chat. No.
Come here, bro. I got 18, by the way.
It's 13.
Your shitty vasectomy beast is dead.
Oh, let me just turn the page.
Sorry, Laurel and Hardy in robes. Killed your stupid beast.
Turn to 176.
Back to the drawing board. Think for them.
The vile monstrosity sinks to the ground, squelching in a pool of blood and green ichor. The stench of its spilled entrails is nauseating.
What?
The sages are woebegone at the death of their creation, but they help you out the pit. I'm sorry, says Moreau. My spell did not work. What a shame you had to kill her. You shake your head at their madness and ask for your gold. Polonius dives his hands into various pockets and folds of his robe, a look of consternation crossing his features.
Oh, the cheeky bastard.
He is about to make some excuse when he sees your growing anger. Eventually, he offers you a magic scroll as payment instead. It contains the spell of agonizing doom, which
Ooh.
you can use only once. You accept, take your leave, and head for the House of the Sage.
Doesn't tell me what the spell of antagonizing doom means. I bet it probably works on me.
Yeah, I'm going to cast the spell of antagonizing doom. Ah!
It fast forwards you 40 years where you've been married.
Oh, God. You come to the door of the sage's house and knock. After a few moments, a manservant opens the door. You
Oh, hello.
explain that you've come to see the sage.
That's the
The
Apothecus.
manservant asks you for the token. We've got the token, haven't we?
Yeah, Jade Rose.
Jade Rose, turn to 6. All right, here we go. The servant says, "Ah, yes, you are expected. Please come in." You follow him into the parlour. The dining table is laid for 3. Apothecus rises to greet you and introduces you to his friend, Diodorus, a sage who is an expert on travel between the planes of existence.
Ah, lovely.
He tells you that there are portals or gates allowing travel between Orb and other worlds. He suspects that you may have been brought from Earth to Orb by means of such a portal. When you recover the talisman, he says, you must leave Greyguilds and walk southeast until you come to the Great Plateau. Mount Starreach, the tallest mountain on the plateau, has at its summit one of these portals, through which you must pass if you wish to return to Earth.
Okay, we've got a direction, we've got a plan. I like it.
And now to more immediate matters, says Apothecus. You can leave the city by the postern gate in the cemetery. If you get into serious trouble, you may be able to call on the All-Mother for aid. To do so, cry, All-Mother, nature herself, preserve me.
Nature herself, preserve me. That's in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Exit.
He makes you repeat the words and you commit them to memory. Note them on your adventure sheet. He explains that the All-Mother is the fountain of all life, the opposite of death. She may be prepared to help you, but only once, at the time of your greatest need. However, remember this, no deity can intervene in another's temple. You thank them both and turn in early after the sumptuous meal of peacock basted in spirits of Ra and other exotic dishes.
Spirits of Ra.
You wake up refreshed, gain 4 stamina points.
Oh, back up to 19, back up to the start again. This Apothecus I'm liking is
solid, this dude. Yep,
yeah.
He's sound. It's going to turn out he was the Lord of Death all along. You bid Apothecus farewell, thanking him for all his help and hoping that you won't let him down.
Cheers, mate.
You set out to find the Thieves Guild. Turn to 64. Right, time to meet your little band of merry thieves.
Yeah, midday. It's like Ocean's 11.
As you set off, you see a small group of people clustered around a man wearing a flowing grey cloak.
Oh,
and a dangling gold earring.
These side missions do my nut in.
He is making huge bunches of flowers appear and disappear to the cries of delight and amusement of the crowd. Will you try to find your way into the Thieves Guild, try to regain the talisman on your own, or stay and watch the magic show?
Do like magic.
I do like a good magic show.
Let's just have a little watch. It can't hurt, can it? Let's have a little watch of the magic show.
All right.
You know, I've just got nothing important to do, like recover an Talisman of Death, which can save everyone in the world and get back to Earth because I'm in the orb.
We're meeting the dudes at midday, though. Presumably, you've had a look for a clock and gone, "Oh, I've got a few minutes." You know what I mean?
Good time. Let's watch this man making flowers.
The magician conjures up a cloud of blue, green, and pink smoke, which engulfs the spectators. While you watch, Toyotchev, the man from the Red Dragon, appears from the shadows and enters the smoke. By the time it clears, neither he nor the magician in the grey robes are anywhere to be seen, but the members of the crowd are accusing one another between coughing fits of being cut purses. You realise that Toyotchev and the magician are in cahoots. As you turn to leave, a servant places a silver salver under your nose. It bears a gold embossed card inviting you to take sherry with one Mort Filio. This way, if you please, says the man. You ask who Mort Filio is, and he replies, one of the elders of the city, but says no more. Will you go with him or decline the invitation?
Say his name again.
Mort Filio.
Mort means death
Yes.
in foreign tongue.
En français.
Let's tell him to go jog on. I've got some thieves to meet.
All right. Turn to 83.
Fuck this side quest.
Have you been told about the storm drain?
Yes.
Yes, you have. Okay. Turn to 183. Nice. This is coming together.
And yes, well. Till they say, did you meet our mate Mort? We sent him to say hi, and now time to jog on.
You turn right down Traders Row and walk for some way, looking for the storm drain. Eventually you see it, and checking that you are unobserved, jump down it. You land up to your ankles in slime. You wade down the huge drain until you come to a small round door set in the left-hand wall. Test your luck.
What's this? 2 dice. I've got a luck of 10. And it's a 4.
Nice. 2, 3, 8. As you open the door, you slip on the slime underfoot. A glancing blow catches you on the side as a harpoon thuds into the door. Lose 2 stamina points. If you're still alive, you look behind and see the firing mechanism of the trap. You open the door and step into a magnificently furnished room. Evidently, the Thieves' Guild lacks nothing. A group of men, some of who you recognise from the Red Dragon, are lounging on the sofas.
Oh, boys.
They leap to their feet in surprise and reach for their swords. Will you place your back to the wall and draw your sword, or calmly tell them that you have been invited?
Been invited?
Yeah, you've had a chat with the dudes, a couple of the dudes.
I've got a job for him.
2, 5, 2.
Got a spell of antagonising death, doom for payment, and 4 coins left, 4 beers. Sap.
If we had really wanted you to come, don't you think we would have told you the safe route? Says a thief with a scar running from ear to chin, whom you recognise from the Red Dragon. They move towards you purposefully. This is the welcome we give to the likes of you, he continues. Will you place your back to the wall and draw your sword, or sit down, telling them to kill you if they like, but they'll miss out on an attractive proposition?
Got to play that one.
Got to play that one. 209.
Bond it. James Bond it.
Scarface looks you up and down for a moment. Then he says, right, I'll get the Guildmaster. We'll see what he has to say.
Get your fucking Guildmaster, Scarface.
There is an uneasy silence before he returns with another man. Scarface says, this is Vagrant, Guildmaster of the Thieves. Vagrant is a handsome middle-aged man wearing an ermine jacket. Twirling his moustache, he asks you the purpose of your visit. What will you say? You need help stealing something. You want to steal the Talisman of Death. You will lead them to a hoard of priceless jewellery.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you sort of give him a little bit? Do you go all in? Or do you blag?
Let's go. I want them to steal the Talisman of Death. For thieves, are you the best thief? Prove it.
We're going all in.
Going all in.
276. There is a hushed silence broken by Vagrant. That is indeed beyond price. He suddenly barks out an order. We'll mount an expedition before they move the talisman. It is market day, a good time. Scarface, Jemmy the Rat, Bloodheart, and young Lord Min will accompany our friend here. Some hours later, when they have finished their preparations, you set off. As you leave,
that was as easy as just going. I want to rob a necklace. And he's like, oh, sorry,
sounds great. We're in.
just do it.
As you leave, you see a piece of graffiti scrawled in blood on a wall. There is no honor among thieves. You resolve to be on your guard. Turn to 241. Yeah, there you go. Straight. Just seems to me telling people straight up in this book.
Yeah,
is the route to success. Hey, Jordo's here. Drink the potion,
Jordo.
he says. We don't drink potions, we rub them on our face.
So far, I've got a spell of antagonizing doom on a scroll. I've got some treages. Still might have the Jade Rose, although I might have given that back. I'm not quite sure. I've lost the Talisman of Death. Got 10 meals. Yeah, doing all right.
Doing all right.
Doing all right.
Smashing this one.
So far, so good. My map's gone to shit, but I don't think that really matters.
No, it doesn't seem like a particularly mappy kind of book, this one, does it? Scarface leads you through the maze of back alleys into a building that Jemmy the Rat tells you is a safe house.
Jemmy the Rat. See?
You climb onto the roof and continue running across the rooftops of the city. Soon, you're on top of a tall house, just below the top of the temple to Fel Carinla. Bloodheart, a hulking, silent fellow, takes a rope and grappling hook from his shoulder. He effortlessly throws it round the top of one of the temple columns. He secures his end to a chimney stack and walks across on the tightrope he has created. You all manage to cross hand over hand and join him in the temple eaves. Jemmy the Rat, a wiry man with fingers like spiders' legs, finds a skylight and, true to his name, prizes off the bars and picks the lock. Reaching inside, he disarms a trap containing a poisoned dart. You marvel at his nimble-fingered skills. They lower a rope and you all drop down to the top of the staircase. You catch sight of an old serving man passing a doorway on the landing. The others have not noticed him. Will you silence him in case he has seen you? Or ignore him, hoping he didn't see you?
They're supposed to be the professionals. I'm along for a ride. Why am I making these decisions? I'm paying them in 4 beers for this.
I got a funny feeling their plan is to keep the
Talisman of Death
for themselves.
I feel that is their plan as well. Don't they know that I've got the spell of antagonizing doom ready for them? And then nature heals. Oh mate, I can't read my own writing. That's going to be exciting. Nature's health preserve me. Oh mother, nature's health preserve me. Let's silence him like a hitman.
217. You've changed. You creep up behind the old man as he shuffles along the corridor. Will you use the pommel of your sword to knock him out, or strike him down with the sword?
Just let's not kill him. Let's just knock him out.
To spark him out. All right, 206.
No one ever died in Ocean's 11. Let's not change that.
You strike the old temple servant across the back of his neck with the pommel of your sword. He collapses soundlessly. You go to tie him up. Good work, says Lord Min, a small, agile young man. Now I'll finish it. He steps forward with his dagger, meaning to slit the old man's throat. Will you stop him or let him kill the old man?
Let's stop him. Feel the morals of the options weighing on me.
You reach out and knock the young thief's hand away.
No time, bud.
Let the old man die! He drops his dagger, which clatters noisily all the way down the stairs. You sentimental fool, he snaps. The guards will have heard that. He draws another dagger from his boot. Hurry, we have a little time now, says Scarface. You hurry on, turn to 283.
Jordan, you're right.
They're not happy with you.
I don't care. They're planning on killing me straight away. In fact, the fact that they haven't already killed me now, they know where it is beyond me.
So we're on 283 here, but I'm going to read 284.
Right.
For a moment. 284 reads, "Nothing happens." it just says nothing happens.
Is that it? Is it end?
That's it. And turn to 282.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You are padding silently along the landing towards the stairs which leads down, when a loud pealing of bells fills the air. "The alarm!" snarls Scarface. You freeze. Looking back, you are astonished to find that you cannot see the thieves who you thought were behind you. All you can see are shadows. You are on your own. Do you turn back to find the thieves, or run down the stairs ahead?
Fuck them. Let's run down the stairs ahead.
Yeah, well,
I'll just be like, I'm deaf and dumb.
yeah, me again. Or what was it? 180. You run down the stairs 4 at a time. You reach another landing before you hear the tramp of feet coming up from below. Thinking quickly, you hide behind an arras. Test your luck.
Behind a what?
Find an arras.
Oh, an arras. What's an arras?
Don't know, like a thing you find in a temple.
Oh, is it? I've got a 10.
Equal to or below.
Oh, I got a 10, and my luck's a 10.
Ooh.
Boom.
If you're lucky, turn to 140. You can hear the clank of armour as a group of guards rushes past the arras, heading up the stairs. You continue down until you reach the double doors at the bottom. A guard remains on duty before them. She shouts a warning and runs forward to attack you. You must fight her.
Oh, okay.
Temple
Fine.
Guard has got a skill of 7 and a stamina of 8. But it says here, if she is alive after 5 combat rounds, turn to 124. If you win within 5 combat rounds, turn to 113. So
That gives me one. I need to kill her with only 1 miss.
Round 1.
Right. Let's get some good rolling here.
Right,
what we got?
7, 8.
6.
7 is 15
7.
for me.
I've got 6 plus 11. 17.
Ooh, right, there you go. First strike.
Come on. 1 down. 4 to go.
17 on this side.
6 plus 11. 17. Oof.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Round 3. What we got here? 6 plus 7, 13.
6 plus 1 plus 10, 7, 17.
17. All right. She's down to 4.
What was that? That was round
3.
3. All right.
Yep.
I need to win these 2.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was round 4.
I ain't going to be able to do it in 5, am I?
No.
Oh, well. Let's have another go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 21.
21. Well, that's pretty conclusive. Right, she's down to 2 health, but that is the 5th round.
Hold on. She was 8.
Yeah, 8, 6, 4, a draw.
4, a draw. 2. That's 4.
5.
That she started on 8.
First hit, 8 to 6. Second hit,
8
6
to 6.
to 4. Then the draw.
Then 4 to 2.
Then 4 to 2. What was that?
That's
I lost
4.
count again already. You've only missed once. There you go. Rob Speed, keep your trap. Right, another roll then.
Right, I got 1 more.
Go on, chat. Take that last roll for me.
Yeah.
Exclamation D12.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 18.
Let's have a good one.
Go on, Rob.
18. We need an 11 or more. It's 10. 17. Ooh. Just think if you didn't have that ring.
I know that ring is saved my ring a number of times. Right.
113. There you go. 113. Oh, Donny's just fired off the dice randomly. Good roll, Donny. Oh, and again. Everyone stop. What's going on? 113. You step over the fallen guard and, pushing open the double doors, enter the inner sanctum of the temple. A tall, raven-haired woman, Hawkana, the high priestess, is praying at the altar upon which lies the Talisman of Death.
Hello,
Beyond the altar is a large marble statue of the goddess wearing chainmail, her expression arrogant and cruelly beautiful. Hawkana rises and turns. She resembles the statue and is wearing a long dress of black chainmail. Turn to 222. You're quite welcome, Donny.
He's going to be a big fight, I can tell.
Yeah, this has definitely got...
I want some options. I want, like, turn your deaf and dumb.
Yeah, this is it. How dare you desecrate the temple? How dare you interrupt me when I'm speaking with my goddess? She says, white with rage. I dedicate your soul to the goddess. She drives her fist into the air and chops it downward. A pillar of flame descends from the roof. Roll a die. If you roll 1 to 4, turn to 105. If you roll a 5 or 6, turn to 132.
2.
A 2. We're off to 105.
Achoo! She's like, Sonic Boom.
Yeah. You jump aside at the last moment, but are still caught by the heat of the blast. Lose 3 stamina points.
3?
Yeah.
God, imagine if that had hit me.
Right. It says you may wish to use one of the following. Check this out. A vial of vapor of speed. An amulet made from the horn of the unicorn.
Sounds good.
A scroll of agonizing doom. Or none of these things.
Let's use the scroll and watch me double up in pain.
Yeah. After that display of power, you hurriedly use your scroll of agonizing doom. Hawkana draws her sword and advances on you, snarling with tigerish ferocity. But the spell works, and a crackling electric blue aura surrounds her. She throws back her head and howls with agony. She is badly hurt and staggers, but then exerts her will and recovers. You must fight Hawkana. She's skill 12, but just stamina 6. So your agonizing doom appears to have given her
chipped away at her. Yeah. Although she's got more skill than me.
All right, you ready?
This is going to be a rough one.
Do I have all the dice programmed? Are you asking about this, Donny, when I do this? Oh, well, that...
Oh, yeah, that's definitely the first roll. I'll have that. What's that? That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 21.
21.
Another one.
What do you mean all the different colours? No, the chat dice is always the red one.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, that's a 9 plus 12, 21.
6 plus 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11, plus 10 is another 21.
Oof.
I'll have that.
What's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 19.
14.
Oof.
There's a couple of big blows and then it's gone to shit. Got one.
Do you have a crack, Ronnie? Exclamation
big roll.
12.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20.
Well, I've just got the D6s, but I can, change the programming as I see fit.
I'm going to lock this bitch's head off. 20.
6, 7, 8 plus 12, 20.
Oh, flipping heck.
She's hardcore with this big 12 stat.
Isn't she? Right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
These gold dice aren't
10.
rolling very well today, though. 16.
20.
Oof, nice. She's down to the last 2.
No, that's gone, mate. She's started on 6.
Yeah, 6. You've only
hit her twice.
6.
Then I drew, and now she's dead.
6 down to 4, down to 2. Oh yeah, I just can't do basic maths today. Apparently.
Apparently, the 2 times table is beyond you.
Yeah, it's actually the tally. I can't. I'm losing. I'm trying to keep a tally as I go along, and I'm not doing a very good tally. Right, if you win, turn to 44.
Tally ho.
Hawkana collapses to the floor, lifeless. You walk to the altar and take the Talisman of Death. It is cold and heavy. At last you have regained it. Gain 1 luck point.
Of that.
You look back at Horkana and your scalp crawls. Her wounds are healing.
Oh, shit. Take it.
Even as you watch, she tries to raise herself from the pool of blood in which she lies. Will you go back to Horkana or run for the double doors?
Fucking run.
I mean, you could go back to her and say, look, I'm trying to get this off world so that all is good.
I just killed her. I'm pretty sure she's not going to be up for a combo. Not with a skill of 12. Leg it. End of.
The doors are still magically sealed shut.
Oh, shit. The bit.
You cannot force them open. You turn to see that Horkana has risen to her feet and taken up her sword again. Her eyes are filled with malice. You cannot kill me. This time I will carve out your spleen. She's a bit slower than before, but you must fight her again. She's got 9 skill and 6 stamina this time.
Oh, this one all over her now. Oh, I love.
15.
Boom. 21.
Oh, blimey. Oh, that's dreadful.
17.
12. Right, last one. Chat, exclamation D12, please.
18.
Oh, we're not stuck in like some endless like.
Yeah, she gets up again. This time she's a bit weaker. Gonna put my boot on her neck. My dashing red boots.
7 plus a 9, that's 16. What were you?
5, 6, 7, 18.
18. There we go. You have defeated
again.
Turn to 54.
How'd you like them apples, you redhead bitch?
You notice that a ring on Horkana's finger is glowing with a green light as her wounds close up.
I love
Quickly,
that.
you take it off before she comes fully back to life, and you place it on your own finger. It is a ring of regeneration.
Nice.
Oh, who just fired the dice off? Oh, Donny. I must be a bit behind. Yeah, it looks like you are, Donny. It's a Green Lantern ring. Regain 6 stamina points. Did I say that bit?
6 that? No, you didn't, but I'll have that. So that's 12 plus 6 is 18. Back to 18. Nice.
Will you now try to leave through the double doors or search the inner sanctum? Say the oath. I don't think Andy would know the Green Lantern oath.
The Green Lantern oath.
Mm.
I don't know what the Green Lantern oath is. But yeah, let's get the opportunity to rob the place now. Why not?
Is it Darkest Day in Blackest Night? Something like that. No evil shall defeat Green Lantern's light. Something like that. 137.
Might find something to appease the thieves.
You begin rummaging through the trappings of the temple. You feel a tingling sensation in your fingers, followed by a sharp pain.
Oh.
Looking at your hands, you see that Horkana's ring is shrinking.
Oh, no.
You try to pull it off, but it is too late. You can only watch as the ring constricts to a solid ball and severs your finger. Lose 1 skill and 2 stamina.
Jesus. All right. I'll back down to 10.
You can feel the dreadful malice of the goddess directed against you, and you decide to try the doors. Turn to 16.
Yeah. Oops.
I will need your nerd cards, good sir. Oh, why? Did I get it wrong? Turn to 16. What was the oath I just said then? Hang on. Sorry, mate. Can't go any further. I need to do... My nerd cred has been damaged.
The oath. We're the Planeteers. You can be one too. And saving our planet is the thing to do. Looting and polluting is not the way. See what Captain Planet has to say.
In brightest day and blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. All right. I kind of had the general, oeuvre. I was in the right ballpark. I was rhyming me "ite" words. What more do you want from me? The doors open easily. It seems the magic has faded now that Horkana is truly dead.
Lost my
The thieves
finger.
have been spying on you through the keyhole. Scarface says the door was locked and we couldn't get in.
Yeah, right, mate. I believe you.
He leads the way back up to the skylight. Yeah, they were probably out there going, "We ain't having none of that fucking shit. Look at her, she's crazy." If you still have Horkana's ring, you feel it grow cold and see that it has tarnished to a dull grey metal.
Oh, no, I don't. It fucking locked my finger off.
Suddenly, the alarm bell tolls loudly. As you reach the top landing, a group of warrior women appears on the stairs behind you in hot pursuit. You all run for the rope hanging from the skylight. As you reach it, you sense a movement at your side and dodge the murderous thrust of Bloodheart's dagger just in time. All right, Donnie, yeah, great to see you, my man.
Yeah, dude.
Before he can strike again, the warrior women let loose a volley of crossbow bolts. Bloodheart's body is peppered with quarrels, shielding you as you climb the rope. Leaving the stricken Bloodheart to his fate, the remaining thieves jump agilely from the temple roof to the roof of the nearby house. You will have to jump too. Roll 2 dice. If the total is less than or equal to your skill score, blah, 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 blah. If it is greater than your skill score, blah, blah, blah.
I have an 8. My skill is 10.
Right, so it's less than. Turn to 163.
Yeah.
163. You land safely next to the thieves. Scarface looks surprised to see you. Bloodheart? He inquires. Failed, you treacherous dogs, you reply, brandishing your sword. Jemmy the Rat turns tail and flees across the rooftops. Lord Min looks at Scarface and shrugs. I'm not fighting the killer of Horkana, he says. They swing under the eaves and climb like spiders to an open window. Not wishing to attempt this climb, you make your way back to the safe house across the rooftops and climb down to the street, where you stop to regain your breath before leaving the city. Turn to 235.
Nice.
Wow. It occurs to me that, I mean, as we are building up momentum and seem to be getting further through this particular book, that you tend to have more success than I. I've got a feeling the ones we've passed, you were ones that you were making the decisions.
We got one each, haven't we, so far? Although the one you got was literally just that you just had to follow your same path back.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, which one was it? The Scorpions.
Scorpion Swamp.
Yeah.
Make some choices and then go home. Well done.
It's like, yeah, cheers. As you catch your breath, 3 shadows appear on the ground before you.
It's these death dudes again.
Nope. Looking up, you see Tuyutchev and Cassandra with a hideous squid-like creature hovering in the air between them. One of the squid's tentacles is curled loosely around Cassandra's waist. We meet again, said Tuyutchev. Young Lord Min tells me you have been successful. Congratulations, you've done us a favour. Now you'll be glad the peril is over. We are taking the talisman. Grimly, you draw your sword. I see, says Tuyutchev. Then let me introduce Thorm. He continues, gesturing towards the squid-like monster. Its form dissolves and becomes the man with the gold earring and the flowing grey robes you saw producing flowers out of the air for the crowds. He is a master of illusion. At that moment, a huge and ugly troll appears from within the safe house. Here is Harg, says Thorm. Harg raises a huge hammer ready to strike you. Is he real, or is he one of Thorm's illusions? You can attack the troll, or take your chances and let the troll attack you.
What fucking option's that?
Well, it might be an illusion, so...
It's a big gamble.
Well, it is, yeah.
I like a big gamble. Go on then, prick.
141. Let's do
I'm about to get smashed to shit.
Yeah. The 4th member of their warband. Harg disappears before the hammer lands. Very good, says Thorm. Now what about this? Turn to 171.
What's now?
While Toyotchev draws his sword, Thorm points at you. From his finger, a ball of multicoloured fire flies towards you. Will you try to avoid the fireball and run in the direction of Toyotchev, or hold your ground? So it could be an illusion again, couldn't it? That's what it's saying.
Or it could be a fireball. But what? Run towards the dude.
Goose says, yeah, run towards the dude. That's the thing, yeah, is that you avoid it, but then you're jogging on in the direction of the. Jordo says, gamble it.
I don't know, we are gonna have to fight him anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean it's.
Go on, what's the worst that can happen? It's a fireball. Go on, let me just stand there.
All right, 225. The fireball erupts around you.
Oh,
the excruciating pain and the smell of your burnt flesh tells you that this was real. Lose 6 stamina.
Oh, 6 stamina.
If you're still alive, you hear Thorm laughing cruelly as Toyotchev moves to attack. Turn to 265.
I have to fight Toyotchev and then probably Cassandra and then Thorm as well. So this is going to be fun.
Yeah. Toyotchev's bastard sword, almost as long as you, hums through the air as he parries your first attack with the agility of a cat. The black cloak he wears makes it difficult for you to tell exactly where he is. Cassandra and Thorm, looking confident, just stand back and watch. You fight Toyotchev. He's got a skill of 10 and a stamina of 12. Although it says, after your first successful attack on him, turn to 301.
Okay, right. So same skill. He's got slightly better.
Yeah.
And like health on me now. But
I've
hey,
got
I've got the rolling of a god.
21.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take one hit. Got fucking like I rolled a 9 then.
Sorry, dude.
9. I feel some sap coming up quite soon. I've got that sap, haven't I?
Oh, I've just rolled 10. 20.
Takes another hit.
Jesus. I mean, I suppose it's appropriate. It's Toyotchev, like the psycho anarchist dude.
Hey, that's an 11. That's 21.
7. Hey, well done. Right, down to 10 then. And it says after your first hit, turn to 301. As soon as you wound Toyotchev, you notice Thorm gesturing. Toyotchev becomes invisible. As you start back in surprise, Cassandra is upon you, her sword darting at you. Toyotchev reappears, raising his sword to strike, and Thorm is gesturing again. You feel threatened from all sides, and you're hard-pressed to defend yourself. Do you wish to call upon the god for aid?
Yes, I do.
Or do you think you can triumph by the skill of your own hand?
No, I don't.
All right, 3:30 then. Let's call upon the god for aid. Which god will you call upon? It was the All-Mother, wasn't it?
All Mother Nature.
Although there's
preserve me.
There's 5 gods listed here. So there's like 5 gods that we've not encountered. Let's turn the dice off. Turn to 248.
Well, I don't think I'll be calling on the god of Volcandra or Condola.
You are swept up in the talons of a great white eagle. Your assailants are soon specks below you on the street. Rising high above the rooftops, you look to the southeast and see, far away, a mountain on top of a large plateau. A voice speaks in your head, the voice of the All-Mother. That is Mount Starreach, your goal. At its summit lies the portal that will take you back to your own world. Yeah, this is like Lord of the Rings. Or was it The Hobbit? Were the Hawks in Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? For a moment, it seems the eagle will bear you to the mountain, but the talisman seems to weigh like a ball of lead around your neck, and the eagle is forced to land in a deserted alley of Store Street.
Oh, Jesus.
Before you can thank it, it takes the air again and is soon soaring far above the city. Are you wearing magical chainmail?
No.
Nope. Turn to 258. God, I really felt like there was a sudden rush of momentum then.
Yeah, I thought I was going to like get to this mountain. I can eat food at any time that I'm not fighting.
Okay, but this is a quick one. Store Street is an extension of Moorgate. Will you hurry down Store Street to the end of Moorgate? Or, if you've had dinner with the sage, ask the way to the cemetery.
I'm going to ask the way to the cemetery, but I'm
Yeah.
also going to eat enough food to get me back to full health, which would be 8, 12, 3 meals.
Okie doke.
There, back up. Do that. Now I've regaining a finger.
You stop a passing student who directs you to the cemetery. You run down Pallbearers Row, anxious to escape from the city. As you approach the cemetery, an ox cart returning from the market loses its. I've just caught a glimpse of what Rob's put. The eagle flies you 200 yards and fucks off. Uber rating 2 stars. Returning from the market, loses a wheel and overturns, almost blocking the road.
Fuck's sake.
You run for a gap between it and the cemetery wall, but it is blocked by a man with a shaven head. Pardon me. Fizzy beer. He wears baggy scarlet trousers, which end just below the knee, and a loose scarlet jacket tied with a black cotton belt. On his forehead is a tattoo of a praying mantis. He doesn't seem inclined to let you pass. Will you ask him to let you through, tell him to get out of the way, or attack him?
Ask him to let me through.
Politely.
As politely as possible.
Well, there's 2 options. You can do it politely or impolitely, basically.
Politely.
Politely. 338. I mean, it's done well for you so far.
So it has, doesn't it? Manners maketh man and all that.
He does not let you pass. Will you step
Rude.
aside and invite him to pass, or ask him less politely to move out the way?
I'll step aside and tell him he can pass, and then I'll go in.
After you, then.
After you, sir.
9. Punch him in the nuts. Jordo's always like, fight! You step back and wave the monk through. He walks past without a word of thanks. Turn to 392. What was that?
Nothing happens.
Although, what's going to happen now is you'll get to a bit in a minute and it will say, did you get the, I don't know, whatever, the book from the man with the praying mantis tattoo? And you'll be like, no. I'll just let him walk off. Dusk is deepening as you enter the cemetery. You begin to explore the city wall, looking for the postern gate. You do not look at the headstones for fear of finding your name at the head of an open grave. Your eye is caught by what looks like a lantern hanging from a post in the midst of the graves. Will you walk over to the lantern, or ignore the lantern and continue searching along the wall?
Yeah, fuck the lantern. Let's get out of here.
99. Cool, right the way back here. 98, 99. You continue along the wall and to your relief find the postern gate. You duck through and out into the night beyond. Gain 1 luck point for escaping. Turn to 8. You put several miles between yourself and Grey Guilds and sleep the night in a hayrick. You awake refreshed. Gain 2 stamina points.
Refreshed.
Which direction will you take towards the plateau? You could take the direct route, southeast, across the rough moorland, continue along the old trade route due south, or head east across the heath to the hills before the turning.
Huh?
Didn't hang on? Didn't someone say to you earlier though what the best route was to take? I feel like someone said what the best route to take was. He's checking his notes.
By treacherous row. Red Dragon Inn. What are the 3 options again? I can't remember it.
Southeast, south, east, then south.
Southeast.
Southeast.
I've written SE.
287.
Go southeast.
There you go. See, I felt like someone had said something.
Clever boy.
The going is difficult, and the darkening skies do nothing to raise your spirits. The talisman becomes heavier with every step, and the pouring rain soaks you to the skin.
Oof.
You are almost thankful when night comes and you can burrow down in the dead bracken. Unfortunately, your sleep is broken by a wild neighing. You jump up to see a massive black stallion, its eyes pits of fire, galloping towards you. It snorts clouds of glowing cinders as it strains at the bit. Its rider, a dark spectral figure, is hunched and twisted and seems to have no substance. You can sense the hatred it feels for all living things. Will you run from it, hoping it cannot charge across the broken ground, or light a torch and stand your ground?
Fucking hell. Don't feel that running from a horse is going to be that successful. Spectral horse, nonetheless, that probably doesn't actually need to touch the ground.
Yeah, doesn't really give a shit about the brambles.
I'm going to light a torch.
All right, 207. Here we go. Your pitch-soaked torch flares brightly. The wraith reins its heel steed in before you. It carries an aura of fear, but you stare defiantly into the black emptiness of its face. It hisses with frustration, and in a voice hoarses with age says, "Death will take what is his, and you shall become one of us. For we shall return with our full strength. We are the instruments of death." It turns its nightmarish steed and disappears into the night.
Sorry, look at the chat. Did both Jordo and Rob both tell us to punch him in the nuts at the same time?
No, Jordo was telling you to punch the praying mantis dude in the nuts.
Ah, okay.
Rob's telling you to punch the wraith in the nuts. Turn to 154.
See? Yet again.
As the sun rises, you set off once more across the wild plains. With every hour that passes, the talisman seems to grow heavier. You realise that it is registering the presence of the minions of death. Do you wish to examine it again, or keep it hidden in case it draws them to you? Punch the next guy in the nuts too.
What? So it's getting heavy because I can.
So yeah, he's saying it's getting heavier because the evil dude's minions are bearing down on you. So then it's saying, do you want to have a look at the talisman, or are you just going to keep it hidden and crack on?
Crack on.
It's just crack on. 127.
I'm just keeping a beeline for the top of this mountain.
You force yourself on through the wilds of nature's creation, but the singing of the bird sounds hollow to you, and premonitions of death haunts you as you stumble on in a waking dream. At nightfall, you build a large fire and set torches around it. Unable to sleep, you wait and listen. The talisman grows heavy. Soon, the wild neighing which disturbed your sleep yesterday peals again, rending the peace of the night. The chilling challenge is answered again and again. Soon, to your horror, 6 of the nightmarish horses, eyes and nostrils aflame, appear, each bearing the crooked, life-hating spirit of a wraith. They form an arc, all staring at you intently. In unison, their cracked voices cry, "We are the instruments of death. We have come to claim you for our master and take back his talisman." You stand with the fire between yourself and them, but they urge their horses through the flames. Under their attack, you feel your life force ebbing away. You become like them, a travesty of life, forever doomed to an existence filled with hatred and jealousy of all living things.
What the fuck? Takesy backsy. Takesy backsy. Takesy backsy.
You can't have a takesy backsy. You were like, I want to crack on.
Let's takesy backsy.
What was the last number?
Inspect it. I want to inspect it. See if that makes any difference. I got any
chat. I don't know where. I'm not sure I agree with the takesy backsy this far through. Come on.
Well, we're that close to the end.
Yeah, but then it's not a real. Then we've not really beat the book, have we? Can you remember what the last number was, anybody? Where I came from? I can't remember. I feel like it was in the 150s-ish.
How could you get that far and then be like, because you haven't inspected a fucking necklace?
I can't remember the number. No.
Oh.
127. I felt like I went backwards. You never saw the final ending. You wake up, you see a tramp rubbish. I'm actually takesy backsy. We have a practical issue with a takesy backsy.
I'd like to know if inspecting the necklace makes any difference whatsoever, because that's fucking annoying. Like, after all that.
No, it wasn't with that picture on it. No. No. That one starts. A dragon raises its head.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Right, wait a minute. The wraith and its heels disappear into the wind. No, that's not it. Yeah, Doesn't anybody pay attention to the numbers I say out aloud?
No.
Including me. Do I not pay? Well, no, it definitely.
I'm kind of hoping that inspecting it or not will make a difference.
No. Right, hang on. Let me find the picture of the wraith, and then sort of backtrack from there.
Yeah, all right.
There's the eagle. There's the scarlet dude. We never did that, whatever that was. Oh, here we go. Right. Right, so we stood our ground, didn't we? Which
Yeah.
takes us to a 7. Then we went to 154. I said I thought it was in the 150s, didn't I? Right, okay, and then 138. Okay, here we go. Right. Takes you backseat. You take out the talisman and examine it carefully. For the first time, you notice a glowing inscription, as if the nearness of the minions was lending it power. I am Death's talisman. I am protected by the faceless ones who serve my wielder. At nightfall, you build a large fire and set torches around it. Unable to sleep, you wait and listen. The talisman grows heavy. Soon, the wild neighing which disturbed your sleep yesterday peals again, rending the peace of the night. The chilling challenge is answered again and again. This is exactly the same text.
Same, isn't it? Yeah.
Soon, to your horror, 6 of the nightmarish horses, eyes and nostrils aflame, appear, each bearing the crooked life-hating spirit of Wraith. They form an arc, all staring at you intently. In unison, their cracked voices cry, "We are the instruments of death. We have come to claim you for our master and take back his talisman. But this time we have, will you?"
Oh, okay.
Threaten to cast the talisman into the fire, try to break through the circle, or try to use the power of the talisman. Yes, we're still at it. Although Andy has just had a takesy-backsy.
So what we got here? Use the power of the talisman. Throw it in the fire.
Or try and fight through them.
Try and fight through the wraiths.
Yeah, try and break through the circle.
Well, we know that ain't going to work because they just battered me. Using the talisman, probably end up with me dying. So should we threaten to throw it in fire?
All right, 388.
I feel like I've gone a doomed path either way now.
Yeah, although there must be one route through.
Yeah, but there's 3 options, weren't there?
All the chat wants you to use it. They ignore your threats and spur their horses through the fire at you. You cast the talisman into the flames, but it remains untarnished.
Oh, of course, it's not breakable, is it?
One of the wraiths pick it up from the glowing embers and touches
And
you
you
with it.
die.
Your soul is sucked into the talisman and your body crumbles to dust. You are now just part of the power of the talisman.
All right. Well, let's do it.
All right.
What happens if you use the power then? I reckon you all die. You like literally. There's no answer.
Yeah, it looks like using the talisman was the answer.
Was it?
Yeah.
What's it say?
What? No.
Ah.
Naughty.
That's rough.
Andy's not listening to the fans. Oh yeah, it looks like the chat wanted you to use the talisman. They were telling you,
Mate, you're telling me to punch them all in their dick. Right?
Well, there we go. Not just once, but twice by the Talisman of Death.
That's an annoying one when you go through all those different options and all that stuff and all those different, and then it comes down to, do you look at a talisman and then do you make a random choice with no flipping educated answer to it?
Do you remember one of the early ones? Let me just have a look at the list. It might have been. It was definitely one of the earlier ones. I got all the way to the end, and it was like, do you run down the stairs or leap out the window with your magic boots or something? And then it was your magic boots are not working. You plummet to your death. Do you remember? It was like totally like, what? How was I to know? Yeah. All right. Well, there we are. Defeated once again. Not once, but twice. I might, on my little tracker, I might put two
deaths on there.
2 little deaths on there. Wow.